Congo getting set to make his way back out.
Personnel will change, but I think he'll be fairly comfortable from top class, eh? They've been good with both, obviously Mendes with the goal, but Cancelo's.
This is a majority Colombian crowd. Goal scorers Munoz and Diaz, 10, makes his 10th World Cup appearance team history. This is a team coming off a 3-goal performance.
Story is far from. They need more from that stellar midfield. And Joao Felix come in to join his Al Nassr teammate Cristiano Ronaldo.
They can afford to be a little bit patient, although a whirlwind start may suit them. Against Germany in their last home game, they did perform absolutely brilliantly in the first quarter of the game and took the lead and stole the second somewhat against the run of players. Some useful weapons in there. One of them is Bruno Alves and Isaacson. Missing one day's training, so did Elmander on Sunday between first and second legs. Not surprising that he needed a bit of time to recover, given the energy he put into his display in the Estadio de Luz. Nani's cross really was fizzed. And Thompson will have to complete the job here. Today we're rather aghast at the temperatures when they trained here. Here's Ronaldo.
Actually trying to do here, but this is where Portugal can really threaten. They win the ball back fairly cheaply. And the one thing you don't want as a defender is to be isolated one-on-one with Ronaldo, but is it a cross? Is it?
To whom playing for a draw comes naturally.
And then had to pull it back.
Well, we can all speculate about the effect that the psychological games have. And Larsson's given it away. Hugo Almeida. Ronaldo's on the charge. And cut off at the pass by Per Nielsen. And there in one moment. Ronaldo. Rasmus Elm stepped in. Well, up goes Ronaldo. But wide. Joao Pereira. Ronaldo with an adhesive first touch. Some space has opened up. Oh. And Isaacson hangs up.
That Ronaldo has ever struck. You know he's more than capable on left or right foot of beating goalkeepers from this range, but then forward. But what they're struggling to do is keep hold of the ball for a number of passes and get any rhythm in their game, so they're losing possession quickly. So Portugal are breaking and they're getting players in space.
Nani ducked underneath it, Ronaldo coming in.
This is a very, very difficult opportunity, even for a world-class footballer. It's the way he just skips up off the surface. You've got to time your run, you're moving at pace onto the ball.
Joao Pereira, Nani. They found a way through. Aside with Elmander.
I think Elmander actually got clattered as Pepe cleared his lines.
Well, Ronaldo's in behind here, and that spells danger. Almeida's up there with him. Oh!
And he cannot, obviously, because Elmander had been down for a long, long time. I think Sweden were looking for Portugal to put the ball out of play. Saying that Sweden had possession and didn't put the ball out of play themselves.
Just a little flutter of encouraging foot. On for Nani. Ronaldo coming near post. Here he is!
Ronaldo finds space here for Nani to find him. Just watch his movement. It's quite brilliant. He realises where the space is, gets into it. Just putting Patricio and this Portuguese defence under more pressure. And I still feel it's getting that ball into wide areas. And maybe now with Svensson and Shellstrom, two very experienced central midfielders, can they get on the ball and so it doesn't boil over?
Coutinho hoping to get there. Joao Pereira, Raul Meireles, able to turn, quite able to pick a pass. Well, this is Fabio Contrao, might pick a way through. Ronaldo, and Isaacson is there again. Looking for an outball which Hugo Almeida can't provide. And it's full-blooded stuff now. This is Nani. Raul Meireles. Bruno Alves with a header. Oh, what a beautiful ball. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo with a chance maybe to seal it, and he has taken it. Oh, devastating in more ways than one. Is that the moment? Raul Meireles, Ronaldo. Will pick up the pieces here for Portugal. Justin thought he had more time than he actually had.
The damage, it'll be a monumental effort to recover from this position. The coach has got to keep believing.
Pressure from João Pereira. Promise here. And Nielsen on the end of that. Amanda was Cristiano Ronaldo, the man who's made the difference in both legs, and he was nearing full pelt there. Howard Webb felt there was no case for a free kick. Larsson's ball. Oh, it got stuck under the defender's feet. João Pereira bringing it away. Ibrahimovic. Acrobatics from Bruno Alves. He is going to... Well, his buttering up of the referee certainly hasn't worked, has it? João Moutinho. Behind that Swedish central midfield pair. It's Ronaldo. Oh, that's beautiful. Antunes, can he get there? And it's Lustig with... Isaacson with the fist. João Pereira. And that's away by Johan Elmander. Larsson giving chase. Won his battle.
Meireles going forward, Moutinho. Certainly more Ronaldo and Nani as well. So if he plays his role well, he brings those key attacking players into the game much more.
A lot of them have been playing together in international colours for a long, long time now. I remember seeing Moutinho and Veloso. Hugo Almeida. João Pereira. Raul Meireles to clip it in. Hugo Almeida. To say I do.
You notice Elmander came across to protest the Howard Webb, but Shellstrom himself, if he had been truly fouled, I think he would have been flying at the referee to complain, but he just got up, jogged back, then eventually he just wagged a finger. I think that tells you that it wasn't a foul.
Well, he just thought it was worth a try, didn't he?
And other referee more influential, but Ibrahimovic, just in flashes, we've seen what he's capable of, but it all stems from that opening goal for Sweden. How poor Portuguese were defensively. They gifted that goal. Raised the roof here at their friends.
Carvalho blocking the road. But now it's Ronaldo who can break again. And can he kill the Swedish dream? He has done, surely.
Again on the counter-attack. As the ball is played out to him, it's a really good ball from Hugo Almeida. Times the pass perfectly. It's not an easy ball to take under your spell. And then to thrash past the goal.
Sweden have to respond again. Once more, it's 2 goals they need. But it's a chance for Ronaldo again. Hat-trick.
As soon as Portugal pick the ball up in midfield, just watch Ronaldo, his movement. He's just hoping for a decent pass. It's a fabulous pass to pick him out, but how much...
Quick succession from Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But he just went up through the gears again.
In possession as a team, but we've talked about it before, the superstars, the standout individuals, whether they would come to the fore. And in this game, when they were under the cosh, Portugal, Ronaldo really has...
Moutinho. Nani. Well, there may be more for them here. João Pereira. Ronaldo again! Well, he's not...
This is inches wide. I just think when
he thought he might see action tonight, because they were such... Oh, Elmander, it may not be finished yet. Atletico Madrid against Getafe.
Tried his best to get some rhythm into the game.
Pepe. Jimmy Domaz. Martin Olsen. Kick, but there was so much pace on it.
I think he'll have a word for his wall as well, because even though Almanda leans into it, sometimes as a player you've got to be stronger than that. You've got to shove Almanda away. Your job is to get in the way of the ball. It might be travelling at 90 miles an hour, but you've got to put your body on the line, and that wall didn't.
Bruno Alves. Ricardo Costa winning the challenge fair in the square. And, I think Mikel Lustig has a case. That's probably just born of frustration by Ronaldo. What a performance he's produced tonight. And he might just cap it all with another stunning moment.
Cristiano Ronaldo, and that another one there, just the way he dinks that ball around the corner and then he's off again. Using that pace and that take, and you've got to appreciate playing at international level, the top level of the game. For one player to have an influence on a game like we've seen from Ronaldo tonight just underlines what an amazing, immense talent he is. He can really turn a team's fortunes around on his own.
And there's no greater pressure. In club level, there's usually a game next week. At international level, that isn't always the case. Well, I'm hearing more remarkable news tonight, and you will see it shortly. Mamadou Sakho, a shot from Jimmy Domaz there. And Mamadou Sakho, 5 more minutes, but even for the Swedes, who have produced some remarkable comebacks along this World Cup qualifying road, which seems to be about to end. Surely too little. Moutinho on the charge here. There's space to move into. He's got help here from Joao Pereira. Moutinho. It appears that the third France goal is going to go down as an OG by Oleg Husev of Dynamo Kiev. But he was in there. Things will mind too much. Here's Ronaldo. Oh! Well, there's nothing, almost nothing. Ibrahimovic. Towards him again. Pepe away. William Carvalho was a little short there. On the big stage again, second time in succession. Here's Veloso, Nani on the charge in the middle. This match, when it looked as though it was drifting away from them, and at that moment, Cristiano Ronaldo delivered. And that's picked up by Joao Pereira. Svensson with the foot in. Game, and it has to be said, the first leg did start at a fair old tempo as Portugal grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. Towards Almeida. Maybe a useful outball in that respect for them.
Yeah, I think we saw in the second half in Lisbon, Portugal putting the pressure on, keeping possession well and forcing Sweden back. I think Sweden just 1-0 down, were quite happy just to sit deep and keep the scoreline to 1-0, but for me, progress.
There were some who felt that Anders Svensson might replace Rasmus Elm in the heart of that midfield, a more attacking player. And certainly a more experienced one. But here's Shellstrom, over 100. Nani. Door shut by Rasmus Elm. That's Ibrahimovic. Kacaniklic. This is promising. Ibrahimovic. Can Kacaniklic dig it out? Not on this occasion. Antonsen. Hugo Almeida, João Moutinho. Shellstrom. Run through to Pepe. And Fabio is not going his way at the moment tonight in their match against Croatia. Moutinho. Hugo Almeida showing for it. There's Elmander. And now Ibrahimovic. Martin. Shellstrom. Moutinho. He lost out. Larsen. Rasmus Elm. Could be useful. 5-3. It was a phenomenally entertaining game. This time they conceded 5 at home in a competitive game.
Dixon, if he'd been looking for the goalkeeper, still it would have been very difficult to actually catch him in the way that he did. I did think that was accidental, but that headbutt in inverted commas, he did run the risk of getting sent off, and that would have changed, of course, the whole complexion of this game.
Here's Ibrahimovic. Well, he would have the stage to himself in many ways. Shellstrom. Hugo Almeida. Rasmus Elm scampering after it. And keeping the ball in Swedish hands, or at Swedish feet. Antonsen of Bologna. Just had to adjust a little coming into the national team setup. It's a little wayward from Isaacson. Playing a back 3 with Bologna.
General play, of course, you want to try and score goals, but set plays in a game like this, a tie as tight as this, you have to make them count.
Elm. Shellstrom. Kacaniklic. Ibrahimovic. Looking at a fair amount of possession in those kind of areas so far. He was almost waiting for the game to come to him on Friday night. He's certainly been involved a good deal more in these first 16 minutes or so.
You can talk about how to get Ibrahimovic much more involved in a game, and it is personally down to him to cover more ground, to show for his teammates as well. And of course his teammates need to try and find him with a bit more quality. Certainly in the second half in Lisbon he was starved of possession and was a peripheral figure and just not involved whatsoever.
Olsen. That's a nice turn and promise here for the Swedes. Well, Elmander applauding it. I mentioned Ronaldo and Pepe missing one day's training. So did Elmander on Sunday between first and second legs. Not surprising that he needed a bit of time to recover, given the energy he put into his display in the Estadio de Luz. Nani's cross really was fizzed. And Antonsen will have to complete the job here. Yesterday we were rather aghast at the temperatures when they trained here. Here's Ronaldo. Well, he's saying, where were you Friday night? You can maybe question that sometimes in his Swedish counterpart.
Yeah, I think Trevor in the studio used the perfect word. It was his perseverance. He is a great footballer, we know that. He can score great goals, but he kept on going, kept on trying, believing he could be the difference, and we just didn't see Ibrahimovic really doing the same. So Ronaldo had a big part to play, even though we didn't see him playing the flowing football we know he's capable of.
This is Elmander. Ibrahimovic. Now Shellstrom. Isaacson needing to come there. He's just a slightly worrying moment.